Let's turn this bad boy down, baby. Okay. Ready to rumble. See when they get the show on the roads. Tell me if you guys can see me. Whoop. Tell me if there's an audio check. Mic check 1 2 1 2, baby. Are we live? Can you see me? There's so much hate. Man like Wacko, he don't lie. He don't lie, baby. Hello, Bandido. El Bandido. Another stock I invested in, CFMS, had FDA approval, shot up 25% and got dragged down hard. Damn, baby. Damn. I see you. How's everybody feeling? Mr. R, did you see the magic? Did you see the magic, Mr. R? Oh, yeah. Loud and clear. Pump. These guys, I was getting it on Twitter today. People were trying to give me a little hassle. Oh, my God, the Southern Cowboy. Welcome, everybody. Hello. We're just waiting for everything to begin today. London's good, man. London's good. I'm excited. I saw how many of you have seen the 176% up in revenue, baby. Jamaica, welcome to Jamrock. Man like Howard. Hello, Andy. And Frank as well. What have you guys been up to in the market? Let me know. Have you guys been averaging down, or have you guys been accumulating more shares? Ooh, juicy. I've been good, man. I've been good. I've been working as hard as I can. I decided to get a part-time job so I can accumulate as much shares as possible in this down market. So I'm lifting crates, baby. I'm lifting them crates to buy more bingo, more NNDM. Yeah, I like that. I like that. Let me check on the webcast call. Let me see if they're... No, they're still playing classical music. Ooh. Why are you crying, baby? Oh, we've been hurting, man. I know it's been a red river, but I'm seeing it as... It's not financial advice, but it's what I'm doing. I see it as a discount day. Yeah, I see you, Magic. We had a little conversation the other day, didn't we? Little bit of a... I'm just seeing your... I'm seeing all of your comments coming up. There's so many of them. And they're just popping up next to me. But I'm going to try and respond to them also. When they live stream, I'll respond to you guys in that little chat box. But yeah, it's great to see you all together here, Cowboys. And I'm super excited. Howdy. Oh, I'm in this for the long run, man. I'm trying to buy as much shares as I can in Bionano Genomics, and I'm going to hold for 5 to 8 years. That's my plan. Oh, yeah. Oh, I see there's 100. How many of there are you in here? 150 people in here? Beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. Dump in again? Is it? Let's go, baby. If it goes down, I'll buy more, baby. Some of you guys have been in since 50 cents, though. I know a lot of you have. Hello from Texas. Miami says hello. What's going on, cowboy? Oh, yeah. People have been averaging down. People have bought more. People are keeping a big, juicy 5K stack. Oh, ooh, I love that. Man like Mike from New York, hello. Yeah, I see you guys. A lot of us, what's crazy is a lot of the retail investors, a lot of us don't have cash on hand. So we're trying to buy in as we get money. But yeah, I literally went so deep into the market early on in 2020. I didn't really have much cash on hand. So I went to get a job now and just grinding out some hours so I can buy as much as I can. Ooh. Respect, man. Respect. Love to all of you guys. It's great to see everybody together again. Let me check to see if they've... Nope. It's still classical music, baby. You've been buying the dips, man, like David. Juicy. Oh, you've been building out that position. An average of $6.5, 5K shares as well. A few of you got 5K shares. That's crazy. Crazy, baby. Oh, yeah. I see you still in from 83 cents. Some of you guys spotted this way before YouTubers, way before I did. It's crazy. 10% increase. Is that what we're looking at after market hours? Yeah. I like that. I like that. Oh, man. How many of you guys are from Reddit, from Stock Twits, or do you just generally follow my channel? How did you guys get over here into the Bingo Cowboys? Good evening, Info Gobbler. Thank you guys. Thank you for all joining me today. I'm happy to enjoy the news. I think a lot of you have already seen the press release. So yeah, I'm just happy to see what else they have to say in this call. Really excited. But yeah, thank you to everybody as well that supports me, because I know a lot of you have supported me through all this market. And I just want to say thank you so much to everybody who supported me on like Patreon, everybody who sent me donations, everybody who's a channel member. I just want to say thank you so much, man. And all of you guys that drop me comments as well. It really picks me up. I love reading your comments. Oh, cans of cryptos. Crypto took a massive drop after Papa Elon had something to say about Bitcoin, innit? Sup, baby? What's up, man? Oh my, I can see mom in here as well. On my system, I can see lots of your comments, but it's really slow to pop up on here, so I'm looking on my phone as well. 240 of us. Oh, magic. Discount, baby. I like it. I like it a lot. Oh man, Papa Elon went naughty. You bought crypto on margin for a day trade, and he tanked the market during the hour, and you couldn't sell on Webull. Oh man. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that, man. Papa Elon, he moves naughty sometimes, Let's see, are these guys talking yet? Now a bit of classical. They were, you know what? They were playing. I think they were playing country or cowboy music before they went into this classical in the last 15 minutes. So that was a kind of jokes like bingo cowboys, baby. Oh, you are a magic man. Look at that timing. Look at that timing, Nick. Beautiful. I don't know how far it will run up in this market because the market's been crazy, isn't it? But yeah, I've just been enjoying averaging down. If it goes down more, I'll be happy to pick up some more shares as soon as my paycheck hits. Bam bam. The future husband of my sister, bro. I'll be happy to. I'll be honored to be your brother-in-law. I will be honored. Oh man. So much, man. So juicy. Fire sale. I keep panic buying. Not panic selling, panic buying, yeah. Oh, did I see the revenue? Oh gosh. And imagine most of the milestones that we're waiting for, they haven't even hit yet. So when we see, OGM start to be built into guidelines, what do you think is going to happen in the future? Oh yeah. Cowboys don't cry, baby. We tough. We tough. We tough it up, man. Hey, what's going on, Vibes? I can see Obi-Wan Bing Obi in here. I can see Vibes, Mr. Big Up himself. I can see loads of you guys joining. Let's check and see if they're live streaming yet. Can't wait to see what they have to say to us, man. Super excited. Oh, what timing is that? Jace. Beautiful. Put some music, dog. I can't. The copyright will get me. The copyright will get me and they'll shut down this stream, baby. Oh, man. Juicy. You guys are awesome, man. Mr. Big Up himself. Love you, bro. How are you, sir? Fine, sir, cowboy. You know what? I've got bingo in 2 different accounts now. This is my cost basis. In one account, I have like $9.80. In the other account, I have $5.50. So I'm just going to keep buying as much as possible. I'm trying to average down in a tax efficient account too. Because the original account I bought Bionano Genomics in, I'm going to be taxed when I sell. So I'm trying to do it inside of ISA account. You guys have Roth in it. Is it Roth IRA accounts in America? Hello from Edinburgh. Oh, yeah. see you guys. Man, it's so good to see all you here today. Super excited. It should be beginning any moment now. Oh, yeah. I see all your comments popping up on my phone over here. Ooh, Kenny, you've got 4,500 in the ISA account. Oh my goodness. Tax-free, baby. I've got a bit of Bitcoin, but I've had it from a while ago. Shout out to the Crypto Crackheads. Crypto Crackheads sent me my first ever piece of Bitcoin, man. So I'm super grateful. Super grateful to that guy. But yeah, I bought XRP as well. I bought a bit of XRP. I'm looking to get more into crypto too. I've been seeing everything popping off in the crypto world. But yeah, I'm trying to learn as much as possible about it. I've heard about Chainlink. I've heard about Ethereum and everything that's been popping off. And a lot of people are into SafeMoon as well. Juicy. Juicy. You want to see Eric said, do you reckon it's going to be wild? Wild cowboy style. Exactly, baby. Exactly, Luke. Oh my gosh, there's literally so many comments popping off in here. Love it. BNGO's always hiring, man. Every time I check Bionano Genomics, I'm seeing new jobs pop up all the time. Yeah, it had a sweating in it vibes. Oh god. You would have chopped your nuts off. This guy would have been a eunuch by now. Oh my goodness. Oh my gosh, Keenan. Bro, I've just seen your donation here on my phone. Thank you so much, bro. That's my boy Keenan. Thank you so much, bro, for the donation. Yeehaw! Get up, BNGO. Oh my goodness. Are they starting yet?
Thank you, Latif. Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to the Bionano Genomics First Quarter 2021 Financial Results Conference Call. Leading the call today is Dr. Eric Holman, CEO of Bionano. He is joined by Chris Stewart, CFO of Bionano, and Dr. Alka Chaubey, CMO of Bionano. After market close today, Bionano issued a press release announcing its financial results for the first quarter of 2021. A copy of the release can be found on the Investor Relations page of the company's website. Before I jump into the forward-looking statements, we want to remind you that our annual meeting is coming up on June 10th, and if you haven't already done so, please vote your shares as soon as you can. I would like to remind everyone that certain statements made during this conference call may be forward-looking, including statements about our strategic and commercialization plans, sales pipeline, anticipated benefits or improvements to the Saphyr system, and the advantages of the Saphyr system over current technologies, our expectations regarding timing and content of study results, and anticipated benefits of these studies in driving adoption of the software system. Such forward-looking statements are based upon current expectations, and there can be no assurances that the results contemplated in these statements will be realized. Actual results may differ materially from such statements due to a number of factors and risks, some of which are identified in our press release and our reports filed with the SEC. These forward-looking statements are based on information available to Bionano today, and the company assumes no obligation to update statements as circumstances change. An audio recording and webcast replay for today's conference call will also be available online in the Investors section of the company's website. With that, I will turn the call over to Eric.
Thank you, Amy, and good afternoon, everyone. Let me begin by saying that 2021 is off to a solid start for Bionano, and we're thrilled with our progress during this first quarter. We ended 2020 with a strong fourth quarter, and that momentum has really continued into this first quarter of 2021, where we had record numbers of flow cells sold, services samples analyzed, and Saphyr systems installed. There are now more Saphyr systems in service than ever before. And that's really important because it means our customers are able to analyze more and more genomes. And with the improvements in throughput and cost of operation that we've introduced, they're running larger and larger studies, which in turn means there'll be more data in the field. And those data really tell the story of the value of optical genome mapping. And what we're seeing is that the quality and number of presentations and publications featuring this optical genome mapping data is continuing to increase. And I can't really think of a better illustration of that progress than our next generation cytogenomics symposium that some of you may have followed. It was originated and organized by Dr. Alka Chabe, our CMO, and it featured 32 customers presenting breakthroughs that were enabled by optical genome mapping across basic research, clinical research, including applications in COVID, during a total of 33 presentations over the course of 5 days in January of this year. And that message of scientific success has resonated beyond our expectations and really elevated the profile of the company throughout the market. And we expect this momentum to continue, and we believe that it will be connected to our ongoing commercial success over the course of this year, but into the future. Looking at the numbers for the first quarter, our commercial indicators grew year over year. Since the start of 2020, our focus has been on pursuing a go-to-market model that is intended to remove barriers that have historically made it difficult for customers to get Bionano data. We now offer them sample analysis services, a reagent rental option where they can commit to a certain volume of consumables, and we will provide them with a Saphyr system that they rent. And we have attractive options for capital acquisition, allowing customers to buy a Saphyr system. And we believe that this commercial strategy is working and that its success is reflected in our performance during this first quarter. We shipped 11 Saphyr systems into the market. And when you compare that to the 5 systems that we shipped in the same quarter in 2020, you can see that the business is definitely improving. We completed a number of installations over the course of the quarter, bringing the total number of Saphyr systems installed in the field to 107. We sold 2,603 nano-channel array flow cells. Now remember, a flow cell is the measure of the number of human genome analysis capacity that's acquired in consumables on a quarterly basis. And this is the highest number that we've sold in a quarter ever. It represents 275% growth over the number of flow cells that we sold in the first quarter of 2020. And we also grew by 5% the number sold over the fourth quarter of 2020. So more flow cells that are purchased correlates with more samples analyzed, more Bionano data in the field, which helps to propel us forward. This is an incredible result. We also analyzed 227 samples in our Saphyr Services Lab, which is a record number for us in any first quarter ever. We believe the availability of commercial services is an effective way to put Bionano data in the hands of customers so that they can evaluate optical genome mapping, and that this approach will result in more publications, which are critical to driving the Bionano story forward and more Saphyr adoption. We also expanded into new geographic markets, including South Africa, Greece, Russia, South Korea, and important clinical research sites in the United Kingdom and Germany. I want to highlight that King's College Hospital in London, which is part of the National Health System Regional Genetics Laboratory in Belfast City Hospital, have recently adopted Saphyr systems. Now, the NHS is the National Health Service in the United Kingdom, and adoption of Saphyr by these two important sites sets us up for growth in the UK as researchers seek to develop alternatives to their traditional cytogenetic methods there. We also expanded our installed base in Canada, where Saphyr was adopted by the University Health Network in Toronto. This network has the largest hospital lab in all of Canada, and they're going to use the Saphyr system to research better methods for genome analysis across a variety of indications. Finally, we saw a good volume of samples coming into our Lineagen business for analysis on that suite of laboratory developed tests, which focus on pediatric neurodevelopmental disorders. And revenues for these diagnostic services contribute to the revenues that are listed on the services line on our P&L. Now, regarding product development, we continue to make Saphyr faster, easier, and more cost-effective to operate. This quarter, we increased the speed of our cloud computing solution by 30% and reduced the cost of it to the end user by 50%. New applications for optical genome mapping that we released this quarter include prenatal genome analysis on amniocytes, as well as solutions for genome analysis in connection with infertility research. Dr. Jim Broach at Penn State University, who is somebody we've worked with for a number of years, published a method for solid tumor analysis by optical genome mapping, and Dr. Yuval Ebenstein at Tel Aviv University published a method to analyze DNA methylation in cancer genomes. It's these types of publications and advances in methods that will allow us to expand into additional substantial markets. We also had an important patent issued that showed how different probes can be used to detect even more variants and possibly even single nucleotide variants. Now, I want to talk a little bit about what we see as the critical milestones to achieving adoption of optical genome mapping as an alternative to existing cytogenetic methods. And these milestones include publication of large studies comparing optical genome mapping to the traditional methods that are used today, highlighting concordance with those methods, and highlighting incremental improvement in finding the relevant variants that help better understand genetic conditions. Another milestone includes the development of assays on Saphyr by these labs that are adopting the system. And then finally, acceptance of OGM assays by third-party payers. With regard to progress on the concordance data, MD Anderson Cancer Center published a study showing how Saphyr significantly reduced the time to results for solid tumor analysis, for tumor analysis of subjects with myelodysplastic syndrome from several weeks to just 4 days, while being 100% concordant with the traditional methods and finding biologically relevant variants that the traditional methods did not find. This was a very significant enhancement. The Next Generation Cytogenomics Symposium featured a presentation from multiple speakers, each showing similar performance of Saphyr for genetic disease, a variety of blood and solid cancer types. One highlight was a presentation by Dr. Gordana Rocca from Children's Hospital in Los Angeles, who showed that Saphyr detects known druggable gene fusions in pediatric acute leukemias that panels typically used on next-generation sequencing or cytogenetics methods for these subjects missed. Also, in the first quarter, we had an increased scientific presence at major conferences at the 2021 annual clinical genetics meeting of ACMG, one of the most important medical genetics meetings in the world. Bionano customers presented a record number of studies across each of our target growth markets. This base of public optical genome mapping data resonates with our potential customers and noticeably drives commercial interest and future adoption in the platform. And that's why we made a point of announcing how significant our presence at ACMG was this year. Development and validation of assays by end users who adopt the research use only platform is also important. And we see progress in this area in the US and Europe as well. In the US, Augusta University has developed an assay for whole genome analysis with optical genome mapping for constitutional genetic disorders, and they are developing assays for prenatal analysis and solid tumor analysis as well. In Europe, we expect the accreditation of optical genome mapping based assays for acute leukemias and FSHD in certain European markets in this second quarter. And lastly, I want to talk a little bit about this challenge around third-party reimbursement, which is most acute in the US. Here we acquired Lineagen to help us overcome this barrier. With their CLIA license and vast clinical expertise, combined with the leadership of Alka Chaubey, we believe we can develop optical genome mapping assays on Saphyr, validate LDTs that may improve upon the standard of care. We are leveraging the Lineagen existing portfolio of third-party payer contracts and certified coders to work out this path for reimbursement. Alka has built an incredible effort to generate the most comprehensive data set needed for optical genome mapping to speed up this process of acceptance by the reimbursement community. Alka is here today, and I'd like to ask her to tell you about this program. So with that, I will turn it over to Alka.
Thank you, Eric. I am extremely happy to have this chance to connect with all of you today and tell you about our efforts to make optical genome mapping with Saphyr an essential method for genome analysis. So in addition to supporting the key success factors Eric mentioned for market acceptance, we have created one of the most ambitious programs in clinical research to compare optical genome mapping side by side against traditional methods that are actually recommended in medical guidelines. Our studies will span our 4 major growth markets, which include prenatal and postnatal genetic analysis, hematological malignancies, and solid tumor analysis. For each of these indications, there will be at least 3 sites that will develop assays and evaluate a total of 1,000 patients. We expect that over the course of these studies, each site will validate their assays themselves and also use the data they produce to support the further adoption of optical genome mapping at their institutions. Operationally, institutional review board approval has been obtained for all of the sites in our postnatal genome analysis study, and site recruitment and training is complete. Sample enrollment is ongoing, and 3 sites have begun to generate the data. For the prenatal and heme studies, site recruitment and IRB approvals have begun, and we expect sites to be generating data in Q3 for our prenatal studies and Q4 for our heme studies. The reason we are investing so heavily in these studies to generate the data set is that we believe it can be the basis to make recommendations and changes in the guidelines established by medical societies that actually recommend the usage of technologies for genome analysis for various genetic diseases or indications. Although a program of this scale is often later in the development process, but because of the capital we have available, we can pursue it now and accelerate the path to medical society consideration of optical genome mapping. Back to Eric.
Thank you, Alka. Much of the progress we are making is possible because of the outstanding team we are building and the strength of our balance sheet, which together enable us to invest in and advance all areas of the business without the capital constraints we once faced. With our elevated profile of bringing the next disruptive technology to healthcare, we will have the opportunity to continue adding transformational talent to the team to further accelerate our progress. And I'm inviting you to stay tuned for more progress in this area of human capital. And so I will now turn over the call to another outstanding leader at Bionano, Chris Stewart, for an overview of our financials. Chris?
Thanks, Eric, and hello, everybody. Revenue in Q1 was approximately $3.2 million, up 179% from the $1.1 million we reported in the same period of 2020. Year on year, revenue was up in all geographies and across both product and service revenue. The increase in global product sales was driven by increased demand for our reagent rental program and consumables, while the increase in service revenue was primarily driven by sales from our Lineagen subsidiary. Our gross margins came in at 33%, up 8% from the same period last year, due mainly to this mix in our product, a shift in our product mix towards higher margin consumables and services. First quarter operating expenses was $12.2 million, an increase of $2.2 million over the same period in 2020. This increase was primarily due to increased headcount related and material and supply expense. Finally, as of March 31st, 2021, our cash balance was $362 million, derived from the raise of $337 million in 2 underwritten public offerings, sales on our ATM facility, and the exercise of outstanding warrants for common stock driven by the increase in our share price. As has been discussed, our objectives for 2021 center on clearing additional barriers to widespread adoption through the execution of our clinical studies, continuing to expand on the number of published studies showcasing the power of Saphyr, and making progress on our next generation high throughput Saphyr instrument. We will also continue to build both our sales and marketing and our R&D teams prudently through the year. This is a very exciting time for Bionano. We are well capitalized and sharply focused on execution. We look forward on updating you on our progress through the year. And again, as Amy mentioned up front, we want to remind you again that our annual meeting is coming up on June 10th, and we ask you to please vote your shares as soon as possible. With that, I will turn the call back to Eric to discuss upcoming milestones for the year. Then we'll open it up for Q&A. Eric?
Bro,
Thanks,
thank you,
Chris.
Newsweed. Thank you, bro.
Update. In summary, the first quarter of 2021 continued the momentum we saw in the second half of 2020. We're progressing nicely against our main goals of working toward global adoption of Saphyr through increased sales, increased publication of Saphyr data, initiation of more clinical studies, and broadening the scope of the technology. Here you can see more anticipated milestones for the remainder of 2021. In the next year and several years, we believe that optical genome mapping has the potential to become the standard of care. Right now, Saphyr is a research use only tool, and we're doing the right studies to demonstrate its utility. With all our programs, we're hopeful that optical genome mapping could be considered a standard technology in prenatal and postnatal analysis, heme malignancies, as well as solid tumors. We're making great progress along these goals and are hoping to grow the installed base to a level of about 150 Saphyr systems, which represents this by the end of this year, which represents a key milestone around adoption. And with that, we are ready to take questions. So, operator.
Thank you. As a reminder, to ask a question, you will need to press *1 on your telephone. To withdraw your question, press the # key. Please stand by while we compile the Q&A roster. Our first question comes from the line of Kevin DeGator of Oppenheimer. Your line is open.
Hey, great. I want to thanks for the update. Very positive all around. First of all, a few housekeeping. Can you just give us a breakdown of reagent rental versus capital purchase on the 11 placements in the quarter, and just in general what you're seeing in the appetite potential new placements in terms of reagent rental versus capital purchase?
Yeah, so Kevin, we're not breaking that out. What I would say is that the majority of the systems that went out were in the reagent rental program. The reason we're not breaking it out is that it's still sort of finding its level, and so I don't want that to set any particular, precedent. The other piece of information that I think would probably be helpful to you is that, if you look at the revenues attributed to instruments, what we can say is that those sales were all right around the list price for the system. So I think with that information, you would probably be able to get pretty close to what those numbers are.
Great. No, thanks for that. And listen, appreciate the detailed update on reimbursement strategy. Makes a lot of sense. So can you provide us a little bit more granularity in terms of, you mentioned, the 3 sites, I believe, in postnatal have been, identified, kind of which sites, and as we think about, I think you called out, 1,000 patients as, kind of target data set size. Is that, per site or kind of collectively, across sort of the 3 in each vertical?
Well, that represents, so there are fundamentally 5 studies organized in 4 pillars, and those 4 pillars are prenatal, postnatal, hematologic malignancies, and solid tumors. The hematologic malignancies has a leukemia arm to it and a lymphoma arm, so that's your 5. And our plan is to have 1,000 patients in each of those 5 areas, spread across the multiple sites that are participating, as Alka said, at least 3 per site, per pillar.
No, great. And then just kind of lastly, following up on that, you kind of called out, the timeline to potentially begin generating data, I think, in pre and postnatal. Any early thoughts as to kind of how long that total data collection time may take, and kind of to be able to reach that 1,000 patient threshold, and at least kind of the first of those 5 verticals?
What we think is that we should be able to get a substantial fraction of the postnatal samples, data from them collected and analyzed. And, so I want to say somewhere in the neighborhood of 35 to 50% of those done by the end of the year. And, we expect that we'll be able to generate presentations, or that the sites will be able to generate presentations and publications to give some interim readouts based on, those numbers of patients. One of the reasons that we have set this goal to get these numbers as high as we have is that we believe that that's what it's going to take to influence these guidelines. And, to be, perfectly frank with you, we were only dreaming of having the opportunity to do that, right? In some period of time, because it's a lot of patients, it's a lot of time, it's a lot of sites, it's a lot of saphyr systems, the capital that we raised in the first quarter of this year has made that possible, and so has really accelerated these timelines. But there's going to be a substantial amount of data collected in postnatal this year, and we're going to get a glimpse of those results.
Last clarification on that, and then I'll get back in the queue. Will the samples analyzed in saphyr, in those various clinical trials, run through the P&L line as recognized revenue, or will those be development expenses with no revenue associated with samples and consumables associated with study?
It's a mix. I mean, it kind of depends on the relationship that we have with the site. There are some sites where there are sponsored research activities. There are other sites that are existing users, and they are purchasing reagents. So you're going to see some of the expenses hitting the R&D line, and in other areas there are going to be revenue generating studies.
Thanks for taking my questions.
Thank you, Kevin.
Thank you. Our next question comes from Jeffrey Cohen of Ladenburg Thalmann. Your line is open.
Hi, this is actually Destiny on for Jeff. Thank you for taking my questions. Just quickly, I'm curious to know if there are any accounts that do the rental program that actually end up purchasing the Saphyr outright.
Yeah, we're starting to see that. So, the reagent rental program is just over a year old, and we have seen at least one customer convert to a sale, and we expect that some percentage of the reagent rental customers will convert to sales over time, which is another reason why we decided not to split out sales versus reagent rentals, because they end up crossing over at times.
Right. Okay. Thank you for that. And then just on gross margins, how should we be thinking about them throughout 2021, especially due to higher levels of utilization and the expanded installed base?
We expect them to marginally improve through the year as we grow revenue, but not materially, right? We will materially grow revenue. We'll materially grow our gross margins, beyond this year as we really ramp up consumables as a percentage of our total revenue. Right now, we have a pretty decent mix of instrument sales, which are lower margin, with consumables, which are higher margin, and that mix isn't going to change too dramatically this year.
Okay, so perhaps that leads me to my next question. Are you able to just at a high level discuss the breakdown geographically of the current installed base?
Yeah, so what I would say is that's distributed about 50% U.S., 50% ex-U.S., and Europe is probably got a little bit more than half of the ex-U.S. portion, and Europe has really been a significant contributor to the business lately. And so we would expect them to continue outpacing some of the other geographies. And I think that that's a pretty industry norm distribution.
Yes, I would agree. And then you've had some adoption by very large medical centers, especially OUS. So I'm just curious if you could discuss or remind us about the international opportunity and how this adoption could help drive that going forward.
Yeah, I mean, I think that when you look across the progress that we're making in the business, it's really global, and this is an advanced method for research applications. And of course, as you know, labs are advancing the capabilities and implementing it in a variety of ways. Because of that, the adoption tends to be centered in countries that are able to invest in newer technologies, so more developed areas. But the incredible awareness of optical genome mapping is on the map everywhere around the globe, and we're hearing about it everywhere. And so from everywhere, we're receiving inquiries about it from everywhere. And so what our view is that we will continue to see growth and adoption in the traditional developed markets, such as the United States, North America, China, more broadly in the Asia Pacific region, where we already have a good installed base, Western Europe, a little bit into Eastern Europe. But there are areas such as India that we have systems installed, and let me be very clear, India is reaching out. And so we fully expect this to be a global platform, and that our opportunity is worldwide.
Okay, thank you. I appreciate that. I think I'll take the rest of my questions offline. Thank you.
Thank you, Destiny.
Thank you. Our next question comes from Jason McCarthy of Maxim Group. Your line is open.
Hey guys, this is Michael Chinowich on the line for Jason. Thank you for taking the question. So you guys really have done a great job building a really strong balance sheet here. You have $360 million in the bank, and that's essentially, several years of runway. It gives you a lot of breathing room. What I want to know is, how are you guys planning to invest that money to drive further adoption of Saphyr? You mentioned those 5 studies that you've been able to accelerate. Should we expect some additional studies to initiate? And could you describe what other ways you're using your balance sheet to drive the story forward?
Yeah, so you hit on one of the main things, right, is driving these clinical studies in 2021. We will also continue to build out our sales and marketing team and our customer service team, and we're also investing in our next gen product. Beyond those, that's the focus for 2021. Beyond that, we will continue to develop assays and assays for more indications and more sample types and things like that to just continue to expand the market for Saphyr. We potentially would look at strategic opportunities if those strategic opportunities can accelerate the path for Saphyr adoption, but nothing on the near-term horizon.
Thank you. And I'd actually like to ask you about kind of the target profile for the next generation Saphyr, and really how we should think of this. Is this more so a premium, higher throughput version of Saphyr, or is it a successor and really the next step in the Saphyr story?
Yes, it's more like the former, although Saphyr is premium and its next generation counterpart will be just as premium, but it will be much higher throughput. And so what we anticipate is that the current Saphyr system would be a really terrific solution for low to mid volume labs, and higher volume labs which are currently adopting Saphyr, for a portion of their menu will need something with substantially higher throughput. And so that's what that next generation system is intended to serve. And we've talked about that our goal, historically what we've done is to, through the end of last year with the release of capabilities to bring Saphyr throughput to 96 samples per week or 5,000 samples per year, that represented a 14-fold increase over where Saphyr throughput was at launch in early 2017. And what we have said is that the next generation, through a couple of steps, will bring another 14-fold increase. And so, and that would be completed by the end of 2023. And so it really is the same kind of amazing capabilities, obviously with certain updates and revisions that will also be backward, many of which will be backward compatible to the current Saphyr system, but the focus will be on throughput and consumables that will really allow us to offer consumable pricing that is approaching $100 per sample. So as you can imagine, for high volume labs, high volume studies, this is a really incredible capability.
I'd like to touch on the product mix a bit and the improved gross margins. How much of that is due to, the reagent rental model and the Lineagen revenues as compared to higher utilization from existing Saphyr systems and the improvements throughout the years that you just mentioned to the throughput of the system?
Yeah, it really has a lot to do with the product mix. We are, as you know, with a business like ours, the consumable business will continue to grow and outpace revenue from the systems. In Q1 of last year and throughout much of last year, we were selling systems and the consumable portion of our revenue was growing steadily, and that change in mix and the growth we had year over year in the consumables, along with the higher margins from the Lineagen business, is really what drove it.
All right, thank you. And just one more, if you don't mind. I'd like to ask, as you know, you guys get more customers coming on board who have lab developed tests and are actually using Saphyr for diagnostics. How does the utilization break down between the customers who have, a validated LDT and those who don't yet are using it just on the research side?
Sorry, can you repeat that last part?
Oh, I wanted to know how the utilization of Saphyr kind of breaks down between customers who have a validated LDT and are using it in diagnostics versus those who are using it more so just for research.
Well, listen, so a couple of ways to think about that. First and foremost, I want to emphasize that the Saphyr system is research use only, and customers adopt it and use it for a variety of applications. And when they're developing an LDT, we would consider that to be within the clinical research portfolio. Translational research, the LDT that they may have could be for a variety of applications. And the research use spans a pretty wide range. So going all the way from basic research, even non-human research, up into this translational research that includes the LDTs. And what we see in current adoption is that it is almost entirely, probably like a conservative figure would be maybe 75 to 80% translational research, human focused, and a smaller fraction, 20 to 25% basic. And those translational applications are much higher volume of utilization. Also, when a site commits to a reagent rental program, the minimum annual commitment is 240 genomes. And so that's a pretty substantial utilization rate right there.
All right. Thank you very much for taking my questions.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you. We have a follow-up question from Kevin DeGeeter of Oppenheimer. Your line is open.
Hey guys, just two more quick ones from me. In terms of new placements, can you just talk a little bit about the typical competitive dynamic? As typical site, trying to decide between optical mapping and long read sequencing in terms of their functionality. You really to some degree competing against yourself in terms of whether the functionality offered by Saphyr will capture value for a given site. Are you competing with kind of legacy technologies? Just kind of what are you thinking? I'm thinking more for translational and clinical oriented sites more than perhaps the traditional research, basic research oriented customer base.
Yeah. So when you're talking about those clinical translational oriented sites, that is a site which is really looking at the Saphyr system or optical genome mapping as an alternative to traditional methods inside of genomics, cytogenetic analysis, karyotyping, FISH, and microarrays. So that's where the discussion usually lies, and that's why these comparative analyses that we have ongoing or that sites are conducting and publishing make a difference. And there is certainly a overlapping segment that is looking at a comparison against the traditional methods, but also looking at a comparison against sequencing methods, whether that be long read sequencing or short read sequencing or both. As you start to get more and more towards basic research or discovery research, there the idea of including optical genome mapping is really an incremental approach. And so that is a different conversation. That's a different value proposition. It's a different comparative landscape. And so, the types of publications that are so important there are ones that are highlighted, like in our slides, that show the use of optical genome mapping in all of these different indications relative to sequencing for its ability to find information that otherwise would not be detected. So really two different paths of generating a dossier of support for the value proposition. And we are pursuing both of those as our customers in the installed base, and they're starting to publish on a much more regular basis.
No, thank you for that. And then just lastly for me, I appreciate that the primary guidance metric the company provides today is placements, which you reiterated at more than 150 by the end of the year. We do get questions from investors interested in revenue guidance and sort of what you would need to sort of see, or what kind of scale in your business you would need to be able to obtain to feel comfortable providing at least a broad range on revenue guidance. So kind of any thoughts you have on opportunities to further expand the types of guidance metrics you provide for the street would be helpful.
Yeah, I mean, I think so. We're sort of appreciative of that dynamic, and I want to make a couple of comments. First of all, we're conservative about providing guidance because it's on a relative scale basis. The revenues are certainly impressive, and we're very happy with where we came out this quarter, last quarter, and what we're seeing on a go-forward basis. And we think it's really reflective of the progress that we're making. Having said that, they're at a scale where even a deal that gets moved from one quarter to the next could change the achievement of a particular threshold, for example. And so we don't think that that's the right measure of the success of our strategy, which is why we emphasize the growth in the installed base, and other things like the number of flow cells that are going out and so forth. So that's one reason, which I understand that you're aware of. But let's not forget about the other reason, which is probably the bigger driver, and that is that while we're together here in a conference room for an earnings call for the very first time since quarantine began, and we're seeing lessening of restrictions around the world, allowing us to install systems and so forth, there remains a tremendous amount of uncertainty of what the future holds there. And so that's another reason why we're conservative about providing guidance. And so as that continues to clear up and the business progresses, I think we will be in more of a position to do that. And I would look for that probably, next year sometime. In the interim, what we, like your investors do is we pay attention to the analyst reports that are out there. And while some of them are higher, and some of them are lower than what we expect, we see that the general consensus is kind of representative of our trajectory, which we have said on the last call would be, meaningful double-digit growth, in 2021 over 2020, but with substantial growth in the installed base of this 150 or more systems and other areas of progress.
Thanks so much for that, Eric.
Thank you. At this time, I'd like to turn the call over to Eric for closing remarks.
Well, I just want to say that, I thank the whole team and everybody at Bionano for everything that they've done to put together this quarter. I want to thank everybody who has joined the call today and followed along with us, and we will be back together with you in 1 quarter's time. So thank you very much for joining.
This concludes today's conference call. Thank you for participating. You may now disconnect.
Whoa, classical, baby. Whoa. Oh, yeah. How's everybody feeling? Oh, my goodness. Oh, my goodness. Guys, this is magic. Absolute magic. Thank you guys so much for coming today and supporting me, man. I love to share this with you guys. So I'm happy to stream anytime. But yeah, it's amazing, man. Thank you so much for all being here with me. Just wait for the next quarters and see what will happen as well. Look at this. This isn't a lie. When people put this up, yeah, I wanted to check. I was like, I wanted to click off this screen and just go to Fintel straight away. Renaissance Technology, they just picked up 9.4 million shares, is it? Did they file their 13F, my friends? Let's see on Fintel. Let's see this institutional ownership creep in. Thank you so much. I will do Newsweed. Thank you. Oh, what's this cowboy music they're playing? They're going in. They're going in on the cowboy music. Oh, my days. Thank you, guys, man. I will do. Oh, my days. How crazy is it? Let's take a look, actually. I'm just going to share my screen to Fintel. Let's see what I can find today. Bum, bada, bum. Where are you guys seeing this on? Oh my God. 9.4 million shares. Hold on a minute. Let me share this with you guys. Oh my goodness. Oh my goody. So the institutions, they now start to show. Let me share this, a little bit of this, a little bit of that. Okay, guys. Are you able to see this here? Renaissance Technologies, 9.4 million shares. New position, right? Greens, new positions. How do you feel? Check this out. I've just put it up now. Oof. See here, Renaissance Technologies, 9.4 million shares. You get a little zoomy on there. I'm trying to see your things. Everybody, how you feeling? Pumped, stiff. Sorry, Obi said he's stiff. Thank you so much, guys, man. Love and appreciate you all being here. Oh my God. You know, it's been a tough time being a bingo holder for a lot of people. It's been tough. But yeah, after all the due diligence that people have done and brought to the game, man, I thank all the YouTubers, but also all the people over on StockTwits and Reddit. Some of them do amazing due diligence. So thank you. Even the full bullcast as well. Those guys are clever too, man. So yeah, thank you guys, man. But how are you guys feeling? Are you guys able to see this, yeah? Renaissance, baby. So much stress. It's been stressful, man. Honestly, a lot of people have been like that. I'll tell you what's stress as well. Before I spent all of my money on Occidental Petroleum and Workhorse early in 2020. So Workhorse has been a madness for me. But yeah, I've just been building up positions in Nano Dimensions, building up positions in Bingo, been buying some Palantir as well. Some of you saying you're chilling on house money. Price target for tomorrow, I have no idea. It could go up and then just crash back down. But if it does, it's going to give me time because I get paid tomorrow at the end of the day. And I will buy more shares, baby. I will buy more shares. But yeah, oh, look at these rockets. See, a lot of people are down at the moment. But, you know, over time, it will pay off, I think. And that's not financial advice. This is what I'm just, I'm feeling after doing all of my research. Thank you, Kimmy. I just saw your donation. Thank you so much, man. And I saw the PayPal donations as well, man. Shout out to you guys. Thank you so much for donating to me and joining. Oh, man. It's been a tough market. Thank you so much for your support as well. You're the ultimate cowboy. Oh, my goodness. I love you guys, man. It really helps me out because like I'm lifting crates all day, every day. I'm just trying to support my family and I'm trying to, you know, pick up some more shares. So thank you so much for all your love and support. All of you guys, man. I really appreciate it. But yeah, some people are thinking we're going to blast off tomorrow. And you know what? As more adoption comes, as there's more like more news coming out as well, people often question, you know, oh, they're always sharing research articles. They're always sharing news and the stock never goes up, this and that. But when the sales news comes, when you see institutional investors jumping in and loading up on shares, And when you see higher revenues, revenue growth and that, how long do you think it will take before we start to get global adoption too, man? Global adoption, prenatal screening is coming, postnatal screening. There's so much going on. Yes, my friend. Dinner on you, bro. Dinner on you. Oh my God, love you. I love you, man. I'll see you in London, 100%, man. 100%. Oh gosh. Yep, 9.4 million. And that, you know what? When you see the institutional investors, they build out a little position first, some of them, right? They pick up only a few hundred shares or a few thousand. Look at these people at 300 shares here or like 2,000 shares. But when you see people just go in like that, 9.4, after doing their due diligence, you know, they done their due diligence. It's taken them months for them to do it. And they open a new position of 9.4 million shares. And the thing is, this might be their opening position. They might actually buy more. We never know what they're going to do, man. But yeah. Oh, you guys, man. Juicy. Hard work. I see MOM in here as well. Brennan. This guy has a wonderful story. This guy sold his car, put it into Bionano genomics as well. And he done so much due diligence on this as well. He's always asking people, and he asks smart people and meets these people who know so much about medical devices and are within the industry, like Lope, Cantaloupe. So yeah, MOM Genomics, he's always sharing some great information because he speaks to some good people. Oh yeah, this is what I think is going to happen as well. It'll run up tomorrow morning, maybe a sell-off, but it gives me time to build out my position. So I'm super happy, man. Thank you, guys. All the best, man. Love to all my Denmark brothers. The Denmark Cowboys in the house. I saw my Mexican cowboy earlier. I saw him as well in here. Thanks again, cowboy. Thank you, man. Oh, man. I hope so one day. We're all trying to build wealth here. We're all trying to build and keep wealth. So, man, bless all of you guys. I love vibes as well, man. Vibes is always vibing. Ouch here. Yeah, this is exactly how I'm feeling as well, Anthony. You know, first saw financial year 2020, and you're seeing this first quarter as well. You know, as it gets built into the guidelines, and we start to see more people use Saphyr and experiment and actually create a market. So I saw a video, someone was talking about the total addressable market and how it's not built out yet because people are still experimenting with optical genome mapping. So yeah, wait and see. Plus, the human vertebrate program. How many species do we have that are currently unknown? I think there's 5 million species or something like that. I covered in an earlier video. Most of them are in the ocean. So yeah, if they're going to be using Saphyr for that as well, juicy, baby. Many years to come, cash flowing. Thank you so much, man. I wish you health and wealth to you and your family as well. I wish it to all the cowboys, man. We got a cowboy from Alabama. Shout out David. Thank you, guys. Oh, thank you, Brennan, man. You got a magical story. I hope, Brennan, have you been on the Full Bull podcast? I think you should go on the Full Bull as well, man. It will be lovely to catch you there. And Lope as well. Cantaloupe will be wicked. Thank you very much, Donna. Love and appreciate you. Oh, baby. Go and read that press release, baby. Go and see the revenue. Oh, yes, please. Yes, please, everybody. Whack that like button if you can, my friend. I love you guys, man. So I'm grinding. I'm going to get up early tomorrow. I'm going to be working and that. But I'm going to try and create a summary video for you guys and also just see what else I can find. If I can do a deep dive, do some due diligence as well. Do some quadruple D, as the Full Bull podcast say. Oh, man, there's so much. There's so much in the ocean. So many species that we haven't found yet. So much, man. Thank you, guys. Thank you for all joining. Yeah. Yeah, this market's been crazy for growth stocks, man. It's been absolutely crazy. But I get excited because I'm like, let me work as hard as I can. Let me try and generate some income and just keep averaging down. So yeah, it kind of excites me. And I'm so sure. For me, it's not financial advice. This is just for me. I'm super sure on Bingo. I love it. I absolutely love it. I love the company. I love what they're doing. I love the vision. And I can see and I believe in the vision. Oh my God, we're going to be an official cowboy, baby. Someone going to buy me a horse. We're going to ride our horse into the sunset, baby. Oh, God. I love you guys, man. Is there any good news for Bingo? Oh, watch from the beginning of this video. So watch through the live stream and also read the press release, and you'll see some juicy stuff. Chevelle, my friend. 340. Thank you guys, man. Thank you for being here with me and sharing. But yeah, I'll tell you what, look over the next few quarters of how many institutes are going to jump in. Just watch what they do, yeah? And see how they, they weren't so sure. We had weak institutional ownership. The retail investor beat institutions to this. Some of you guys are in there from the cents range. Yeah? Wait and see what happens. See what they're going to do. Oh, yeah, baby. I'm going to see you tomorrow, man. I'm going to see you tomorrow. I'm the doggy. Oh, Lord. Yeah, some people were saying that to me. I had somebody, when Bingo was at an all-time high, I had somebody contact me, and he was up $136,000 or $125,000. And he said he found the events really useful. So he usually watches me for the events. He does due diligence, and he's actually been in the stock market since he was a kid. And he said that when he found Bingo, he was like, yeah, we found something special here, man. Oh, I would love to, my friend. Welcome, my friend. Welcome to the family. Welcome to the family. And to the moon, baby. To the moon. No, thank you. Thank you for all your love and support, everybody. So, yeah, I'm going to probably have some dinner now, and then I'm going to try and get an early night. Because tomorrow I'm going to be picking up crates. I'm going to be running. I'm going to be doing those little deliveries. I'm working for a startup company that is basically like tries to deliver goods, in under an hour. We are basically like super grocery delivery, fast delivery. So I'm on my feet all day running. I'm taking like purchase orders. I'm carrying crates and stuff like that. But man, I'm just happy. I'm happy to be able to work and just provide for my family. So thank you guys for all your love and support. You help me provide for my family, and you help me invest also. So thank you so much, man. Yeah, baby. I'm holding Bingo long and strong, man. Everybody, you get so much abuse when you're online as a YouTuber. So when the stock goes down, people sometimes they chase after you, and they're really angry, and you get hate mails and this and that. But I still believe in what I believe in, man. And I wouldn't have it any other way. I covered this stock for a reason. I just continue to cover it. I'm so interested in it. And I want to get into all those events and share it with you guys. Oh, baby. Oh, baby. Oh, my God. I'm going to have 2 horses. 2 horses, baby. Oof. Oof. It could have been in any of the 13F form. Was it a 13F form? Yeah. So I think 13F form, it could have been 45 days before. So maybe. You can see the chutes there, some of their average prices. Some of you have absolutely smashed it. Your average prices are lower than the chutes, or at the same. Someone was saying they've got $5.59 worth, $5.59 worth. They've got an average price of $5.59. And we saw BlackRock enter the other day with $5.58. So yeah, close to BlackRock, man. Oh, goodness gracious. Yeah, a lot of us were up a juicy amount when it was at all-time highs. But there's some of us who did not sell because they know in the future, they believe that the stock will do so much better, man. This business is going to grow. Look at this as well, MOM. This will keep us afloat until the monster news hits. Also, Quest and Illumina. Yeah, baby. Who saw that? Who's been seeing that as well? I love this, man. This is what I do. I had an average price that was crazy because when I first got into Bingo, I was at $2, and then I sold at $4. And then after I'd done my due diligence, I was like, you know what? I entered with a bigger position, and now it was roughly about $11 or $10.50 at that time. And I've been averaging down in one account, and then I started a new position in in a tax-free account. We call it an ISA here. Oh yeah, you long and strong, man. This guy's solid. To be a roofer for 42 years, you're a strong man, and I salute you. I salute you, man. You're tough, and plus you're not scared of heights, because I'm scared of heights, baby. Oh my, Jack to the Beep. Jacked, baby. Yeah, tomorrow I'm not sure what this market holds for bingo. You know that it could fly up tomorrow. People could start buying into the stock, but with this kind of bear market, I'm not sure what's going to happen. It could go down further, and it will just give me more time to enter the stock and build out a fuller position. So I'm not really sweating at all. I'm kind of happy if it comes down in price, to be honest, for me anyway, because I'll be able to average down. Bam, bam, bam. Suck it up, cowboy. Strong. You stay strong, cowboy. That's why you're the ultimate cowboy, baby. MOM is an animal. He shares all the juicy news. Yeah, see? But the thing is, Emmanuel, did you sell anything? Did you sell anything at all when you're down? Now that you're down, did you sell anything for a loss? Because some people, they got afraid in the market and they wanted to save their investment and they didn't really understand, you know, what's been going on. But if you've done your due diligence and you look further into the company, it will give you the strongest conviction, and you'll probably end up, you know, averaging down even or building out a bigger position. But yeah, this was a strong this was strong news, man. I really like this. What came out with this revenue boost, baby. Oh, you gonna feed those horses, man? They hungry. They hungry. Thank you so much, man. Thank you so much. I believe in the company, man, and I just love being with you guys. You guys give me energy, to be honest. You give me so much energy. 301 shares. Want to buy more soon? Well, baby, if it keeps going down, oh, what's your average price, Brandon? What price do you hold? Yeah, the entire market for growth stocks, everything got smashed, man. I was looking at Nano Dimension, and now I was watching ARK buy more Palantir, buy some more Nano Dimension. I was just like, oh, juicy. Everybody feeling good. Oh, get a pony or a big dog. Ride the dog, baby. We'll ride the dog. Oh, God. Lost about 8K. Did you use other financial instruments, or were you just holding shares or doing like calls? Oh, man. This is nuts, bro. This is nuts. I was looking at some C19 things as well. I wanted to share it in a video, but they're basically analyzing the sewage in this country, in the UK as well. We're analyzing sewage for COVID-19 variants. I think we're researching there as well. Oh, man. Thank you so much, Michael. Welcome, baby. Welcome. Thank you for joining the channel and supporting me, bro. Oh, man. Love and appreciate you guys. I love you, baby. I love you. Ooh. Exactly, man. Exactly. Look at these guys. How nuts is this? 57 cents since December. Senzo. That is juicy. Yeah, man, I better get to bed soon. But I love seeing you guys, man. We haven't been on live stream for a while, innit? I'm going to see if I can get into any more of these big events that may be coming up. I really liked ACMG. Festival of Genomics was a banger as well. I found the stock at 50 cents, but it was a holiday weekend, opened at $2 and was scared to buy on that jump. Regrets now I'm 900 at $5.95. Hey, it's still not bad. It's not a bad position to be in, considering BlackRock's at $5.58. So, oh yeah. Don't sweat it, baby. Ooh, 1,500 shares. Juicy. You stay juicy, baby. Man. Oh, baby. Sold some already, but the rest I'm keeping. Already only down after today about 3K. 3K. Is that realized gains or unrealized? Or unrealized losses? Or realized losses? Oh, yeah. Love it, man. You know what? I really want to know what's going through Simon's head. You know, as we say we become like this super cash flowing revenue machine. Yeah. Say we do get worldwide global adoption and we got 10,000 saphyrs in there. Say that we're being used in all of these different industries. You know, even agriculture. I remember Eric talking about agriculture and it building out there as well. What is Simon going to say then? What will he say? I reckon he's in here watching, you know. Nah. But he was in some of the events. I can't remember what other event. I think it was AACR I was in. And Simon was actually Simon was actually watching everything he could there with all the presentations. Oh, come get me, y'all. Come and get me your 5K shares, baby. This guy got a juicy position, I must say. Early mid-February, average time about $6. When things kept dropping, I ended up selling about 2,000 shares just before it hit my average cost of $6. 2,000. Okay. Did you hold more still? Oh my goodness gracious, sir. Goodness gracious. Whoa, my goodness great. This guy's got over what? He got over 1 million shares. Oh, newsweed.com. Newsweed, you are a real cowboy. Man, you've been holding this since $1. Did you sell at any point? Did you skim off the top? Or have you been holding this long and strong, cowboy? Yes, this is exactly my reaction. I jumped into my dad's ear. I said, Daddy, bingo's booming. We've been killing it, baby. What's up, man? Oh man, you gotta watch this live stream from the beginning. Listen to what they were saying. I loved what I heard today. Ooh. I see what you're saying here. Okay. I sold all my shares. I bought at $2. After that, my average went up to $11. And since then, I've been averaging down. Yeah. When I first bought into Bingo, $2, man. Sold at $4. And then, damn, baby. And then I think I sold at $4.98. One of my friends held it and he made a few grands. He sold at $5. But then I re-entered after I'd done my due diligence. I was like, oh man, I love this. I love this.
Good day and welcome to the Bionano Genomics first quarter 2021
Oh my God, it started beginning again. But yeah, guys, I'm going to head off to bed, man. Thank you so much for being here with me today, guys. I'm seeing all of your comments pop up. Love and appreciate you guys. How much did you sell? You sold 100,000 at 11 and bought back in. Oh man, this guy playing the game, baby. He playing the game. I love it. Been holding since November. Those tax gains are no joke. Let's go, bingo. All the cowboys, man. I love you. Yeah, currently I have over 60,000 shares and more shares in my dividends account. I don't pay dividends, so I just can't stop buying. Legends. Oh my God. Ooh. Good night, baby. Over and out. What's this guy saying? For now, use only. Just wait to see when it goes to medical use. Routine checkups, baby. Oh man, they're gonna be eating good, man. God bless you and your kids. God bless all of you guys, man. Thank you so much for loving and appreciating my channel and showing me love. And thank you for joining me. Every time this pops off, just come to my channel. We're gonna be here and we'll be live streaming and we can all join together. There's been so many comments. I just got notified by the stream that we've got over like 1,000 comments. I think 1,100 or 200. It's amazing, man. I'd love to hear from you guys. But yeah, thank you so much for joining me. And I wish you all the best, my cowboys. I wish you the best each and every day. Mr. Invest a Lot, over and out, baby.